Good morning, Internet. I am Sally Jo Michelson Cooper. Welcome to the edge of my mind. Let's jump off. So, I have been fleshing out the artist accounts videos with videos about my rehab, because over the summer, over the year, circumstance led to an opportunity to do something completely different, and I decided that art could be applied. And I could have done it without that mentality, right? I wouldn't have had to been thinking so specifically about art can be applied. I think some of that is better. I get some of that from Jonathan Pageau. His art is applied because he is a Greek Orthodox icon carver, but he also went to art school. He also knows what the quantifiers are for the fine art scene, and there wasn't anything there. It was hollow. At least for me. Like, if you're there and you're finding something and it's good, I'm glad for you. But for me it was hollow. And this whole thing with these buildings and this renovation, it's not just a got lucky kind of thing. It's a nothing else was working, holy crap. How are we going to go forward? And this was a way to go forward, and it has huge cost. But I hadn't thought about the cost beyond just myself and my husband. One of the things about this move is I've come back to what is essentially my hometown. Now, I didn't quite live in town, so we didn't quite have town, but this is my home community. And it comes with all the things, right, that comes with. It comes with a lot of people seeing me, watching me, judging me. And I'm not upset about that anymore. I see its value. But then also, everything becomes more real because all of the old dreams are around you. And to be in these old buildings, I'm living in other people's dreams that I didn't even know about. And it's beautiful, and it's happy, and it's sad. And the sadness doesn't make it less beautiful at all. But it is sad. There are sad things to find out. So I didn't know this, but before the church building, that is the shop building, was a Baptist church. Before the Baptist church was a non-denominational church, it was a Catholic church. And there isn't a Catholic church now in this specific location, like there is the non-denominational church that came out of the Baptist church that's right across the street. So there is sadness to that. Now, I can't adjust course and just call up a diocese and be like, hey, I found out I have one of your old churches. You want it back? I can't do it because I've invested too much in it. But I felt like saying something because it isn't unnoted or unappreciated. And then, let alone the church, the house is one that two of my other family members have owned, and one of them put a lot of work into, and I see the grace of that everywhere. I see the grace of people who thought they were going to be here a lot longer than they were, all over. And even the last owner, I see that too. This was a hope, this was a dream, this was a solution to a problem that didn't pan out for them. And am I something special that I can figure it out? I don't know. But I know a lot of people out in the wider world, not necessarily my county, well, maybe a lot from my county, are faced with this domicide, this death of home. And especially if you're my age, if you're a millennial or a Gen Z, or maybe even if you're older than that, you've moved away from home, you've lost home, you don't live in a community of the third and the fourth generation. You're not around people that have been married 60 and 70 years. That's an enigma. And it seems like you can't find a way back. And I had that. I had that for a long time. I thought, man, middle America, I don't think there's any money there for me. And it wasn't because I didn't want to be there, right? It's just I couldn't see how. And now that I'm trying to do it, sometimes I still don't see how. It seems a little fake. But now that the internet's here, and now that all the insanity is made clear, because I don't think that the Great Plague made any insanity. I think the Great Plague made the insanity that was already there clear, because the wild man that said, I can't take all these rules and regulations and all of this power grab, I gotta go to the hill. Well, he's looking pretty smart right now. He's looking like, yep, good for you, man. You got your cabin, you got your pump well. And I won't live in fear, because when I did my whole minimalism trip, and when I was determining whether I did or did not want my enamels set, that was a big one because I paid a lot for it, I realized that if circumstances were such when I wanted to do enamels again that I didn't have $300, I probably wouldn't be wanting to do enamels. And that's the way a lot of things are. So I keep pouring in, but what was my point? I had one, I did. I woke up with one really like clear, and then I took a shower and I washed it away. If you've been waiting to find your community, if you've been waiting to either build it or restore it, it'll be hard. And I think it's worth it. I think it's worth giving it a go. And it'll be risky and it'll be scary. But I don't think there's any reason we need to stay locked up in these towers of tyranny at all. I think there is a huge promise in rejuvenating Middle America. And there's a lot of sad things going on. One of the saddest things I saw recently, I had to buy the espresso machine for the shop, and that wasn't a plan of mine. I was hoping that the tenants could, but it works out because my business is just renting space and things, and so I can rent them. That makes sense. So I was looking online, comparing very classy espresso machines with other classy espresso machines, and looking for refurbished ones and used ones, and just doing all of that. And probably 50 to 60% of espresso machines on the market were from Australia. And it's obvious why, isn't it? And it made me so sad, because those were people's dreams. But now, people in places that basically aren't Melbourne are buying used espresso machines. And isn't that a strange transfer of wealth? And it's not that there's not hope places. There most certainly is hope many places. But we're seeing where we are. And I never thought about how important the young people that are the progeny of the people that grew up when I was young here would be to me. And I not thought about how possibly important I could be to them. And I had mostly only been lamenting my absence in the lives of older people. But now I guess I'm sad about that too, and happy that I'm sad about it. To be part of the next generation growing up. It's so beautiful. And it's all tragic, man. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've thought about my great uncle being gone, because the month I left, he died. And he was in some ways gone before that, because he had schizophrenia in the last few years. But I've thought about him so much. And that's same for a lot of other people. Anyway, I wasn't planning on getting on here and being like just super sad. I was trying to say something like, if you feel like going back to your hometown, it'll be more special and amazing than you ever imagined. I was trying to say something like that, but I was trying to do it in a sincere way with clarity. So maybe I accomplished that, or maybe I just summed it up there at the end. So maybe that's good. I don't know. It matters. What you do matters. It matters to the people around you. Maybe it matters to people not even around you. Have a great day.